Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so hope you have revised the topics. I have sent you 2 screenshots to your WhatsApp group. How many of you revised, Gauri? Revised?
Yeah.
Okay, so question to Lydia. What is Python? Python in computer meaning, what is Python?
The program.
Yes. Louder, I can't hear you. Python. Last class also. Yes, yes, I can hear you now. Yes. Hello? No answer. Dia, tell me what is Python?
Python is a high-level programming language developed by Guido van Dossen.
Very good, very good. Shivani, what are the different applications of Python?
Software development. Ma'am, software development.
Huh? I can't hear anything.
Ma'am,
Srihari,
Ma'am, what's the
yes.
question?
Question is, what are the different applications?
Applications like it's easy to use, cross-platform language,
Yes, yes.
and then free and open software,
Yes.
interpreted language. That's it.
Very good. So example of a software which is developed using Python. Ashwin. Ashwin. Vidur.
Spider.
Oh, Spider is the software where you develop Python language. My question is, example of a software which is developed using Python.
Instagram.
Yes, Instagram is an example. Okay, so that's all about the applications of Python. So which distribution I have told you to download? Question to Emmanuel, which distribution? The distribution name is? Emmanuel, unmute and say the answer. Distribution.
What?
Yes, the distribution name is Anaconda. So how many of you have downloaded the Anaconda distribution in your computer, a laptop? How many of you raise your hands? Mohammed Adin, Achut, then only 2. What about others? So you have to download this Anaconda distribution today itself. So those who have downloaded the Anaconda distribution, I will show you how to install how to use Python. So for that, so you can see it will be downloaded into which folder it will be downloaded into. That's downloads folder. So you can see if your system is 64-bit, you have to download a 64-bit Anaconda distribution. If your system is 32-bit, you have to download 32-bit installation. So this system, this smart board is 64-bit. So I have downloaded 64-bit Anaconda distribution. That comes with the ring shape and the color is green. Open. So when you download this, when you install Anaconda distribution, you will get lots of softwares. So one of the software is Spider. Then we have many other softwares. So just see this. The same way you have to do the installation in your PC. Next. I agree. Just me. So already I have installed before. That's why it is showing like this. So we can opt for some other location. Yes. So, yes. Any doubts?
Ma'am, is it that we can only download in C drive?
No, automatically downloading will happen in C drive. If you
No,
want the
because-
download folder, you can change.
When I tried it with F, it was not happening. Just showing
Means
some kind of
you want
error.
to download any files into some other folder other than downloads? Is
No,
that
no,
your question?
I wanted to install it in F drive.
That you can do from here. From the desktop, you can see it's not downloaded in, it is downloaded in desktop. I mean, here the installation happened in desktop.
Okay, ma'am. Anyway, I did it in C drive. No, sorry.
See, all the installations you will do in C drive, right? Your Microsoft Office, its installation will be done in, all the programs will be installed in C drive. That is where your operating system resides. That is why if any external files, your films, everything you have to download and you have to keep it in from D drive or E drive, not in C drive. Because suppose your operating system crashes. So that means you have to format C drive. If you format C drive and if you are installing, if you are keeping your important files like any movie files, any documents in C drive, then everything will be lost. C drive, if it is program files you can download it and you can install it again. But your original data, it cannot be created again. So every time you keep your all the files or any videos, personal videos in D drive or E drive, other than C drive. Okay. Here it is. I think it is already created. See, Anaconda, after installation, it will come like this. So you're getting Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda PowerShell, Anaconda Prompt, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, and there's a Spider, Anaconda 3. So what you have to do is, you need only Spider. Just take Spider. And it will appear now. The Spider is called a GUI. You can see a web over here. Emmanuel, don't sleep. Emmanuel, look here. You can see a web over here. The Spider means there should be a web, right? So the Spider is a GUI software. What is the meaning of GUI?
Graphical user interface.
Yes, graphical user. Who told that? Graphical.
Nevin.
Nevin, very good, Nevin. Graphical user interface means you have lots of different options, like you can see pictures. You know, command prompt. Command prompt is not a graphical user interface. It is a non-graphical user interface. Why it is called a non-graphical interface? There is no pixels and it's just black color background and you just type something. If you are using only text-based, it is called non-graphical interface. If you can use few symbols, shapes, 3D shapes, or any pictures, videos, etc., then we will call it as graphical user interface. Here you can see there is a menu option. This is a spider picture. You can have anything in this. So this is called as a graphical user interface. And one more thing is that is called IDE. Here we are developing Python program. The environment is called as IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment. What it is? integrated development environment. Integrated development environment means you are writing the program in the same environment. Okay, you are writing the code here, you are compiling the code, you are interpreting, and you are executing in same window. In the same window, you are doing everything. So that's why it is called integrated development. Even VB is an integrated development environment. C++, you can't say it as integrated development environment because we are getting the output in a different window. Here also different windows are, but everything, your error correction, everything you can do from the same window. So there are two modes for Python. The first mode is interactive mode, second mode is script mode. Two modes are there, interactive mode and script mode. I have told you Python is a, what type of language it is? Interpreted language. So what is the specialty of interpreted language, Aditya? What is the specialty of interpreted language? Aditya Raj.
Ma'am, line by line execution.
Line by line execution is done. That is why it is called. So if you want, suppose if you want line by line execution, 3 into 4, you need to see the result that time itself. Then next one, some date calculation, or any other calculations if you want, you can do it line by line. If you are doing it line by line, then it is called as interactive mode. That is, one line you will type, that time itself, you will get the result. Next line, next result. Script mode is, you will write the entire program starting from start to end, and finally you are running the program. Then it is called script mode. So you can use either interactive mode or script mode for doing this Python program. Okay. So the interactive mode you are going to see in this, here you can see 3 types of windows. What is this window is called? Meghna, what is this? It is written console, isn't it? Isn't it, Meghna?
Yes.
This console window is the window where you see your output. Okay. The program output will be displayed in console window. And here, see temp.py. You can see temp.py, isn't it?
Nice.
So .py is all the Python programs should be written with the extension. What should be the extension?
PY.
py. If suppose it is a C++ program, what is the extension of C++ program? Those who have learned C++ in smaller classes, what is the extension of C++ program? Anyone? Anyone? Extension?
.h.
No idea. Extension of C++ program is .cpp. Extension of a C program. When you say it, the extension is?
.c.
.p. Very good. VB program extension is? VB program. I hope in 9th standard you studied VB, right? 9th or 8th?
C.
C you studied. So for VB program, the extension is .vb. Java program, the extension of the file is .java. So each and every file has an extension. What is the extension of a Microsoft Word file? Word file. Dot. Dot. .docx, correct. .docx. Now we have the extension .docx. A picture file .jpg. A music file .mp3. So each and every file has a specified extension. This is why the extension is needed. Because the CPU should know what is the file is for. If it's a picture, the picture will be different. That means the image of the file will be different. If it is a document, the image of the file will be different, isn't it? when you save it in your folder, when you open it, when you go to that folder, then you can see different images for different types of files. The same way, Python language also has a file extension. That extension is .py. So automatically all the files will be saved in .py extension. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sharad, why are you late?
Internet problems, ma'am.
Internet problem. So this is the place where you will write your, so normally a program you can write the entire program. If you are trying to write a script mode, this is called the script mode. You can see many lines of code over here, isn't it? So this is an example of a Python program. I will explain to you what all these things are. Okay, this is your console window where you get your result. And you can see run. Can you see a run menu over here? Run menu. Run.
Yes.
A little bit small, right? The window is. Okay. So this is a run menu. You have different menus here. File, edit, search, source, run. Run means execute. That is the meaning. Run means execute. When you tap on the run menu, what happens is the source code will be compiled and it will become an object code, and finally it will become an executable code, and you will get the result on the screen. See, I told you the output will be displayed here in console. So this is a file handling program. So there is no output as such. We are dealing with files. I hope it is clear. The look, he can change. This is a black background. By default, it's black background. Even you can change it from tools. You just check for different options. You can change the background color. That doesn't matter. But the only thing is that you are going to do all your Python programs where? Vidur, where you are going to do your Python programs? In which software? We are going to use an IDE, a GUI. The name is Python. You can download Python version 3.7. That is the version you can download. That it is available in Python, anaconda.com. Just go to that site and you can download. Last class I showed you how to download it. So the same thing you can do. Now let's go to the introduction of Python program. So a Python program let me close it. So the Python language. Python. Okay. Any language has certain rules and regulations, isn't it? Atul, video, switch on your video. Any programming language, any language has certain rules and regulations. What are the different rules for an English language, Sharath?
I don't know, ma'am.
English language, set rules and regulations of English language. What you have studied in LKG? When you joined the LKG?
Alphabets.
Kindergarten. Yes, alphabets. So why you did not learn Hindi alphabets or Malayalam alphabets? Because you are studying English, isn't it? To learn English, what you have to learn first?
Alphabets.
Again, the question to Sharath. Sharath, tell me the answer.
Sentences.
Alphabets you study. What are the different types of alphabets? Small letters and capital letters. Then, so only that letters and we study. Then what about UKG? What you studied? Again question to Sharath. No need to mute.
Some poems that
UKG.
I don't
Words,
know.
isn't it? Words you studied. 2-letter words, 3-letter words. First standard. Now we can mute. Now, then next class you studied a sentence, how to write a sentence. Then questions. And later on you came to know that question should end with a question mark. Exclamatory sentence should end with an exclamation mark. A normal sentence should end with a dot. There should be a stop for the particular thing. And after that you study the grammar, present tense, past tense, future tense, isn't it? The same way, when you are trying to learn a new programming language, it's a language, so you have to study the basics, like alphabets. In Python also you have lots of alphabets. What all the different symbols you can use in Python language? The first sentence is made up of English language. So obviously the first one will be Donna. The basic symbols for Python language. It is made up of English language. So yes.
Alphabets.
Yes. Okay, alphabets. Capital A to Z. Then small letter A to small letter Z. So only these alphabets you can use. You can't use Hindi alphabets or Malayalam alphabets over here. Only these alphabets you can use. Then you can use, if you want to add two values. So what do you need to use? Hana. I want to add two numbers. In maths, which operator? Addition. Hana, unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus, isn't it? The same way, since you are using programming language for different calculations also, you can use plus, minus. Instead of multiplication symbol, you have a star symbol. Instead of your division, you have a slash. Okay. Then you have remainder. That we will see in detail later. This percentage symbol you will use for remainder option. Remainder means 5 by 2. 5 divided by 2. Then you will get a remainder. That remainder you will get through this operator. Operators. It's called as modulus operator. Then you can use certain symbols. That is semicolon, comma, round bracket. It's called parenthesis. Then less than, greater than symbol, then square bracket. Then we have symbols like quotes, single quotes, double quotes, even triple quotes. We'll use it. There are any triple quotes symbol is there in the keyboard, Basil? Any triple quote symbol is available?
No, ma'am.
No. So what do you do for triple quotes? Either you can put one double quotes and one single quote, or 3 single quotes you can use. So this is another symbol. The same way you can use, and you can use a special symbol hash, dollar, all the thing, almost all the symbols which you can see on the keyboard you can use in Python language. So this all set of things are called as character set of Python language. It is called as character set. Okay, clear? So Python characteristics. Python allows almost all the symbols. That is the first thing you have to study. Then you know that your words in English language, it is your words are divided into adjectives, adverbs, nouns, pronouns. In the same way, we have a few things that are called tokens. Tokens means it is the unit. It's very small unit in Python language. It's called as a token. So if we are writing, for example, in English language, computer science, then computer is called as a token. Even C is called as a token. Each and every characters are called as token. The smallest individual unit in Python is called as token. In chemistry, you can say it as atom, the smallest individual unit, atom. The same way here it is called as token. So what is a token? Grishma, token?
The smallest individual unit.
Yes, the smallest individual unit. It can be a symbol. It can be a symbol. It can be a character. I mean, it can be an alphabet or it can be a word. Okay, it can be a sentence. The smallest individual unit. So using these tokens, you are creating a sentence. So if you want to write computer science, that means this is a special type of token, but again we are coming individually. That means C is a token, O is a token, M is a token, P is a token. So smallest individual units in Python is called as, not only in Python, whether you take Java, C++, C, in all the programming languages, smallest unit is called as a token. Using this token, so we will say your alphabets in English languages, we can call it as tokens. Using these alphabets, you are developing paragraph, essays, words, sentence, etc. Isn't it? But you need this. Here we have some more symbols are included in this. Like, so tokens are divided into different, tokens are categorized into many. So we have to study that also. So the first category is till here. Any doubt?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Nobody is answering. The teachers who are sitting here giving me answers.
No.
Louder.
No.
Okay. No. The first token is keyword. 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 Okay. Now, just for example, what is your name? This is an English statement, right? What is your name? So what is this meaning of this particular word? Are you using this particular word for some other purpose, like naming a vegetable, naming a fruit, and naming a person? Will you use this word? What? No. So this particular word has its own purpose in English language. In the same way, in Python language, certain words are there, certain tokens are there, which are used only for special purpose. That types of words are called as keywords, used for special purpose, special meaning. You can't use this word for any other purpose. For example, if is an example of a Python keyword. For is an example of a Python keyword. While is an example of a Python keyword. So lots of keywords are here. Break. Break is an example of a Python keyword. Continue is an example of a Python keyword. Okay. These are a few keywords which are available. Input. Okay. Int, char, and you have float, double, lots of keywords are available in Python too. So what are keywords, Shivani? Keywords are
Which is used for a specific purpose.
specific purpose. You can't use these keywords for any other purpose. Now next one is identifier. Second one is identifier. Identifier means, again, example, Meghna, that's a name. It's called an identifier. To identify a person, isn't it? And someone else also can have the same name, Meghna. So it is not compulsory that you have to use only this Meghna can use this name. That kind of words, you have certain identifiers in Python that you can use for according to your wish. For example, sum. The programmer gave a identifier as sum. This sum can be used for any purpose. And this sum cannot be used as keywords. Keywords are predefined words. Okay, keywords are predefined words. These identifiers are created by the programmers. Keywords are created by Python and identifiers are created by the programmers. Each and every programmer can design their own identifiers. A, B, or we can say average. Okay, even Meghna, this word also we can use as identifier. So that is decided by the programmer. They are called as identifiers, which identify something. You are giving the name to identify something. And these names are, it should not be a keyword. And another rule is that you can't declare an identifier with name if. Why? It will give you an error message. Because if is a
Keyword.
if is a keyword. Keyword cannot be used as identifiers. Okay. So these are the two main tokens in. Then next comes your operators. You know that there are different types of operators available in maths. The same way, these same types of operators are available in Python also. Addition, subtraction, as I had told you. Then you have even, you can write raise to, square root, raise to the power, sine, cos, tan, all the mathematical, for performing all the mathematical calculation, lots of operators are available in Python. They are coming under operators, and many other things are there that I will continue the next class. So finally, what are tokens? Atul KK.
Smallest units are known as token.
Okay. Then what are the two different tokens we have learned today?
Keyword and identifier.
Keyword and identifier. Keyword is used for?
Keyword is used for a specific purpose.
Okay. That is created by inbuilt. And
Yeah.
the identifier?
Identifier the programmer creates.
Yes. That's all. Okay, thank you. See you next class.